Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning and welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 7 minutes after 7 o'clock and it's indeed a pleasure to bid you good morning and to wish you all the best for today. Muy buenos días, compañeros, un gran gusto saludarles hoy por la mañana y hoy a propósito es el 2 de marzo y son las 7:07. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Canal 10 Nortevisión aquí en la aldea de Tower Hill, de Trial Farm, perdón, mis disculpas ahí, Tower Hill, puchica. Y nuestra señal se ve por todo el país de Belice. Y esto quiero insistir en mencionarlo de nuevo. Canal 10 es la única estación de televisión que puedes captar sin tener cable. Es más, te vas a tu casa, a tu aldea y te cortaron el cable, sacas tus dos antenitas, vas a lograr conseguir Canal 10 en esta región de Orange Walk y áreas circunvecinas como aldeas en Corozal y en Distrito de Belice. Así que nos orgullecemos en decir esto porque somos los únicos y la gran gente que nos ve y nos apoya. Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. También tenemos arreglos con una gran cantidad de proveedores de señal de cable que nos permite ver por todo el país de Belice. Eso es, desde Corozal hasta hasta Toledo, desde San Pedro hasta el Benque. Tenemos arreglos con todos estos proveedores de señal de cable, que el canal en que nos puedan ver no es el mismo en cada distrito. Por ejemplo, aquí en Orange Walk nos puedes ver por el número 17 en Northern Cablevision y luego entonces nos ves en otro canal en Center. Y lo mismo aplica dependiendo en los canales que nos han asignado esos proveedores de cable. Pero hago mención de todo esto porque muy pocas estaciones tienen esa capacidad, esa capacidad de poder verse por todo el país de Belice. Creo que somos uno como de 3 o 4 estaciones de televisión en todo el país que nos ven por todo el precioso país de Belice. Compañeros, hoy como dije es jueves y son las 7:10. Como siempre empezamos este programa con una oración dándole gracias a nuestro Dios por todas las bendiciones que nos da. Padre, te damos las gracias por todo lo que nos das, la vida, la salud, las fuerzas. Gracias, Padre, por las buenas amistades. Gracias, Padre, por, sobre todo, nuestros familiares que nos apoyan y nos quieren y nos aman incondicionalmente, porque somos sangre. Padre, gracias por esto. Te pido que continúes bendiciéndonos, que nos llenes de tu gracia, que nos perdones, que nos cuides, que nos proteges. Y Padre, también sin olvidar a aquellas personas que están pasando por tiempos difíciles, que recién han perdido a una persona querida. Confórtalos, Padre. Aquellas personas que están en los hospitales o quizás están en las cárceles, enfermos, enfermas, o en las calles, enfermos, o quizás en su casita, en algún rincón o algún de la casa, sufriendo solos. Confórtalos, Padre. Confórtalos y guíalos. Y aquellas personas que no encuentran sentido en la vida, guíalos, Padre. Yo entiendo de que las contestaciones a nuestras preguntas no vendrán. No es para nosotros saber, como tú dijiste, Padre, todas esas respuestas a las preguntas que tenemos. Simplemente nos toca tener fe. Fe de que tú estás ahí con nosotros y esa fe nos da esperanza y esa fe nos alienta para seguir adelante. Padre, te bendecimos, te glorificamos, te adoramos siempre. Amén. Good morning. If you've just joined us, today is Thursday, the 2nd of March, and this report generated at 6 o'clock in the morning indicates that the general situation is as follows. There's going to be a slight increase in moisture during the next 24 hours. And for the 24-hour forecast, sunny with a few cloudy spells today, along with isolated showers. Cloudy at times tonight with a few showers, mainly in the south. The winds blowing from the east-northeast, 10 to 20 knots. The sea stay choppy to moderate. There are no advisories in place, however. The outlook for Friday, good Lord, tomorrow is already Friday. Apologize for that. Friday and Friday night is for some cloudy spells with a few showers, mainly along southern and the coastal areas. The temperatures, the highs along the coast today, 85, inland 90 degrees, up in the hills 75 degrees. The lows for tonight along the coast 77, inland 68, and up in the hills 63 degrees Fahrenheit. There's going to be there was a low tide at 6:25 this morning. That's going to be followed by a high tide at 12:39 this afternoon. And in turn, that's going to be followed by another low tide at 14 minutes after 7. And the second high tide tomorrow morning at 24 minutes after 1. The sun rose this morning at 6:11. And the sun sets today at 1 minute before 6 o'clock. The moon rises this morning at 9:15, and the moon sets at 6 minutes after 10 this evening. Buenos días, compañeros. Un gran gusto saludarles hoy por la mañana de nuevo, o si nos acabas de sintonizar, muy buenos días y bienvenidos al Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy es jueves y hoy es el 2 de marzo. Y este reporte del tiempo indica que hoy se espera un incremento pequeño en lo que es la humedad o la lluvia, que se convierte en lluvia la humedad, obviamente, durante el curso de las siguientes 24 horas. Así que para las siguientes 24 horas, soleado con algunos periodos de nubosidad hoy. Y es probable que tengamos estos chubascos aislados. ¿Okay? Hoy por la noche, nublado por momentos, con algunos chubascos, pero esencialmente sobre el sur del país. ¿Okay? Los vientos del este-noreste de 10 a 20 nudos. El estado del mar agitado a moderado. No hay ninguna advertencia en lugar. Se espera que para mañana viernes y viernes por la noche tengamos esos periodos de nubosidad de nuevo, con algunos chubascos, pero esencialmente sobre las secciones del sur y la sección costera del país. Las temperaturas, las altas para el día de hoy, por la costa, 85 grados, en el interior 90, y por las colinas únicamente 75 grados. Las bajas por la costa 77, en el interior 68, y por las colinas únicamente 63 grados. Las mareas, compañeros, hubo una marea baja a las 6:25 hoy por la mañana. Habrá una marea alta a las 12:29 minutos hoy por la tarde. Entonces habrá otra marea baja a las 7:14 hoy por la noche, y por ende una marea alta mañana a la 1 de la mañana con 24 minutos. El sol salió hoy, compañeros, a las 6:11 minutos. El sol se oculta hoy a las 6:01 minuto. Y la luna de igual forma sale hoy por la mañana a las 9:15 y se oculta a las 10:06 minutos hoy por la noche. Y le damos las gracias a Forecaster Gordon por esta información y también reconociendo el esfuerzo de todas las otras personas que trabajan en el Met Service y que están ahí desde muy tempranito con sus notas, preparando este reporte y poniéndolo en su página web para que nosotros entonces podamos leerlo y compartirlo con ustedes. Compañeros, es el 2 de marzo. es el tiempo para empezar a hacer tus papagayos, tus kites, porque de ahora en adelante los vientos vienen del este-sureste y riquísimo el viento y sobre todo recordar como de niño volábamos esos papalotes, esos kites y los aguantábamos hasta casi sentir que nos levantaba. Pero yo quisiera ver que la gente empiece a envolverse más en cosas así, en los niños, para tratar de ocupar su tiempo sanamente y quizás hasta crear una competencia para ver quién hace el papalote más bonito, quizás el más atrevido, bueno, el más colorido, distintas formas. Simplemente es algo en que pensar, ¿ok? Cuando son las 7:18, quiero reconocer los esfuerzos de nuestros patrocinadores, siempre German Vega Sons, el honorable Gaspar Vega Vegas Imports y Albion's Transportation y esta estación de televisión. Compañeros, vamos a una pausa y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios. Vamos a esa pausa.
Hey smart customers, it's now time to make the switch to Digicel and join the country's bigger, better network. Starting March 1st, come trade in your outdated smartphone and get a coupon of $80 or up to $300 to put towards the purchase of a brand new Digicel phone. Your monthly spend to BTL or Digicel numbers determines the value of your coupon. Get the Hyundai E435 for only $69, the Samsung J1 Mini Prime for as low as $199, and the Samsung J5 for as low as $189 cash. And that's not all. You will get a free USIM, plus a whole month of free talk and text, and 1 GB data. All smart customers, log on to digicel.bz/switch to find out what you qualify for. Hurry over to any BTL office countrywide and join the only team that gives you more. Do the smart thing. Make the switch to Digicel.
The Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital has always been there for me and my family. When my son broke his foot, the KHMH was there. When Mom had the heart attack, the KHMH was there. When Uncle Charlie was caught in the car accident, the KHMH was there. And when I was ready for the latest addition to my family, the KHMH was there for me. I am grateful for the services of the KHMH because without them, everyone in my family would not be here today to celebrate with me. I pay my fees at KHMH because it ensures that their services will be there for me and my family whenever we need them.
Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital. We take care of you.
Attention Belizean suppliers. Find out what products are in demand in CARICOM, a region with great potential. Take advantage of this exciting export opportunity to expand your sales within CARICOM. Log on to BelizeInvest.org.bz/exportbelize to learn more. Brought to you by Beltrade and the Ministry of Economic Development, Petroleum, Investment, Trade and Commerce.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not do it in your own country? Sun, fun, and relaxation are just a short distance away. Have a taste of barefoot living, or enjoy the sounds and taste of an authentic Garifuna village. Allow yourself to be swept away by Southern hospitality and living. Escape the hectic world and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
La doctora Leslie Pérez se complace en anunciar a sus fieles pacientes y amistades de su nuevo lugar, desde donde se ofrece ahora sus servicios de obstetricia y ginecología, contando con la experiencia acumulada por más de 20 años, trabajando en el área de atención a las enfermedades de mujeres. La doctora Leslie Pérez, anteriormente doctora Leslie Méndez, le da gran gusto ahora anunciar la apertura de su propia clínica de ginecología y maternidad, desde donde se ofrece en un ambiente privado atención integral a la mujer durante la época de sus embarazos y el cuidado y prevención de enfermedades y condiciones tales como cáncer del útero, ovarios y mama, problemas relacionados con la fertilidad y con la sexualidad, el manejo de la menopausia, como también problemas de desarrollo y adolescencia. También se ofrece el servicio de Pap smear y ultrasonidos de los órganos reproductivos de la mujer. Sus horas de trabajo son lunes a viernes, desde las 8 por la mañana hasta las 5 por la tarde. Sábados se ofrecen servicio únicamente por la mañana, desde las 8 a las 12 p.m. Pero recuerden que se ofrece servicio de emergencia las 24 horas del día. Visítenla con la confianza de siempre en número 9 Bougainville Street, Bayside Layout Area, Orange Rock Town. Teléfono 608-0756.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Dano, drink it every day. Dano milk powder for the family.
La Semana Santa se acerca, no tienes dinero. Leche Dano te pone dinero en tu mano con su grandísima rifa 2017. Leche Dano busca ganadores, tú puedes ser uno de ellos. Ven, únete hoy a la gran rifa. Habrá premios fabulosos y fáciles de ganar con Leche Dano. Premios de 250, 500 y hasta $1000. También 6 premios de consuelo. Compra hoy tu Leche Dano y participa. Encuentra Leche Dano en tu supermercado favorito en todo Belice e instantáneamente recibirás un boleto para entrar a la gran rifa de Semana Santa de Leche Dano. El sorteo se llevará a cabo en vivo a través del canal BBN Belize Broadcasting Network el domingo de Ramos, el 9 de abril de 2017. Leche Dano, distribuida por St. Anthony Trading Company. Teléfono 224-4514. Leche Dano, cremosa, instantánea, saludable, lo mejor para ti.
We want Dano milk. Gimme Dano milk. I love Dano milk.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
These sunny days are here. And whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Being like the rest was never an option. After investing $40 million, we now bring to you the most advanced network in Central America and the Caribbean. Our mission has always been to not only be the best in Belize, but the leader in the region. Being good enough is not enough. We want to be the best. Introducing Digicel's new 4G LTE Advanced Network, the fastest data network in Belize, the only network of its kind in Central America and the Caribbean. On this new network, Digifans know they get the best data speed, the best call quality, and the best texting experience. Take our word for it, or try us again for the first time.
Sarah Cabañas Wholesale Used Clothing Limited, the North's largest importer and distributor of high-quality clothing, both new and used at the best prices. Bales are available in regular and premium, located at 26 Asuncion Street. Also, don't forget to check out our top-quality furniture, such as dining sets, living room sets, sofas, recliners, chest of drawers, nightstands, bar stools, bedroom sets in king, queen, and double sizes, mattresses, bicycles, formal and casual shoes, tennis shoes, new power tools, kitchenwares, body care supplies, detergents, purses, toys, and the full line of baby products, which include cribs, proms, playpens, tubs, and clothing. Sarah Cabañas Wholesale Used Clothing Limited, located at mile 53 on the Belize Corozal Road. Telephone numbers are 322-2971 or 322-2972. Sarah Cabañas Wholesale Used Clothing Limited, for the best in high quality clothing and top quality furniture.
Drink it every day. Dano milk for the family.
Dano Milk is life. Put on a bigger smile for 2017 with Dano Milk. Win big money just in time for the Easter with Dano Milk powder. Big raffle for the Easter. Dano Milk, the Belizean choice. You can join all these winners from the Dano Milk raffles. Win big money, free and easy with Dano Milk. $250, $500, $1,000, and 6 constellation prizes. Buy your Dano Full Cream Instant Milk Powder at your favorite supermarket all over Belize and instantly get your free tickets to win Easter money. The drawing to win Dano Milk free money will be live on BBN TV, Belize Broadcasting Network, on Palm Sunday, April 9th, 2017. Dano Milk Powder is distributed by St. Anthony Trading Company Limited. Telephone 224-4514.
We want Dano Milk. Gimme Dano Milk. I love Dano Milk.
Tienes 8 cilindros. Eres adrenalina disfrazada de aleación de aluminio a 8000 revoluciones por minuto.
Así como así. ¿Será el cigüeñal?
Una limpieza de inyectores y un cambio de aceite. Vas a correr con libertad, campeón.
Los que entendemos al motor como si tuviera voz, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Ahora distribuido por German Vega & Sons. Búsquelo en su tienda favorita.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros. Un gran gusto saludarles de vuelta. Today we have the distinct pleasure of having Inspector Brent Hamilton Sr., who is the commander of the K9 unit in Belize. I'd like to first of all say good morning and welcome to Inspector Hamilton.
For having me here, sir.
The team came down just like God said, pop, because we were waiting. Mr. Jones had already confirmed your presence here, and we'll go like, but where are they? They're not coming yet, you know. But I mentioned this just so that explains the little delay we had in coming back. But it's good to have you here, sir.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people watch television, and a lot of people are easily taken up with the sight of these dogs doing these wonderful, because K9 means a dog,
yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And we watch TV and we are amused and bemused by all of these, wonderful things that these dogs can locate. And we're talking especially about the war on drugs and ammunition and so forth. But who better to keep us informed than the big man himself, Mr. Brent Hamilton? The K9 unit, how long has it been in function? Talk to us about that, sir.
Good morning, Orange Rock, or Canis, I should say. This Orange Rock is not no stranger. I'm not no stranger to Orange Rock. I love Orange Rock. I must say.
His father used to live here in Orange Rock.
My father used to work here. The Ministry of Works in Orange Rock. I've been almost to every school in Orange Rock, so I feel at home. The K9 unit. The K9 unit came in existence in the early 1970s. So from the early 1970s, the K9 unit have been in existence. The first two dogs that the police department ever have was two German Shepherds, which was used for crowd control. For? Crowd control. Okay. Dog that these are people that if they're out of order, we have dogs that can go
put in a spot.
Since then, the K9 unit has had a lot of changes and donation. We had a donation from the UK in the early 80s or 90s, which was some 4 Cocker Spaniels. And basically, those dogs were used to sniff out narcotics. When I say narcotics, I'm talking about cocaine, methamphetamine, ecstasy, heroin, marijuana on the whole, just for the general public. And as time goes by, the purpose of these dogs, why the department asked for the donation of these dogs, is to save time, is to use the dog where the normal human being would not go. And so with that, the dog can go and find drugs or firearm in areas that you never think that it was, And as the unit overlaps and goes and go, to fast forward, the K9 unit, the U.S. Embassy came apart in the 90s, and they decided they have a little section, a narcotic section within the U.S. Embassy, and they started to invest into the police department in K9 unit. I was there from the beginning. I started to do this in the early year of 1993. And
it's
so,
been like what, 20 odd years.
Yes, sir. And I was at the airport at the time. So I know that when the airport got the 2 dogs, I was at the airport. And I know that 7 years after that, that's when the police department first got their set of drug dogs. So they were based in Bemapan. Presently we have 7 dogs within the police department. 1 dog costs $40,000.
Good Lord.
We have 2 BDF who's also with us.
I was just about to ask you and tell you that we need more presence of these, of these dogs and so forth, not realizing the cost affiliated.
They are it's a very expensive program. Okay. It takes about 4 months to train a dog. It takes about 6 weeks to train a handler. They must pass as a team.
Is there any preference as to the type of dog that you use, sir? Is it that some are more naturally receptive or some are more naturally inclined to do this sort of thing?
Well, just like
their sense of smell more acute than others?
Well, to be honest with you, when picking a drug dog or any type of dog, we believe that any dog can be trained. But each dog, just like human being, just like if we want to be a nurse or we want to be a doctor, there is a selection process. And the dog goes through a thing that we call a selection test. And the selection test based on the dog character, stability, his attitude towards being a dog itself, his self-species preservation, mean how he's going to perform when we teach him this order. He cannot have cowardice. He cannot be a dog that if a box drop and he's searching, he run and then his tail rocks and we look for the two most important thing is the hunt drive. Dogs is the only animal on earth, and this is educating my public now. Dog is the only animal on earth that can smell from 2 areas.
And?
His nose and his mouth. Inside his mouth, we have something we call the Jacob organs. And if anyone takes...
Did not know that.
If anyone take their hand and just like you and I in your mouth and put it underneath your mouth, you'll feel some little veins like under your... And here, dog has the same. Those are the sensors. There's a scientific terms for it, right?
And all dogs have it.
And all dogs have it. When their nose get tired, they salivate. So sometimes you find that the dog probably might lick you, or they try to bring in the sensor. They inhale and exhale, right? Because part of not only working a dog is part of doing investigation and doing,
yes, I understand,
right?
Perfectly, sir.
So
yeah, we were talking about the types of dogs.
So the dogs that go through a selection test, whether it's a German Shepherd, it's a Labrador, and so forth. In the canine world, we have what there has a list of animals that they call aggressive dogs. Like for instance, we don't use pit bull, pit bull, Doberman, Rottweilers to do that because they are listed as aggressive dogs. Their brains and their capacity is more to bite, more to attack. So we find that they don't work out good for us because when we are doing the search, we want a dog that we're going to be passive. That we're going to teach him when he smells the odor, focus on the odor and sit. We don't want the dog to be destroying someone. Houses, we don't want the dog to bite up somebody's seat in our vehicle, which will cause a lot of legal things for us. So what we do, we studies before my time, they have designated which dogs are passive dog: Cocker Spaniel, German Shepherd, Labrador, Belgian Malinois. What's the last one? Belgian Malinois.
Belgian Malinois.
They look like just like we call them our local Pat Liquor. They look just like Pat Liquor, but to know the difference for them, their beak has have a full dark color them on their face. So we pick those dogs, they go through a selection test. When they go through that selection test for 2 weeks, we're going to decide which dog we're going to have. So sometimes out of those different type of dogs, so any dog can be a drug dog. I don't want anybody to misinterpret. If they have the drives, they're going to do it. A matter of fact, the best dog comes out from the dog pound. Come from stray dogs off the street. They are the best dog. So when they go through the selection test, the dogs have been selected. The instructor decides to say, you know what, we're going to use this dog for this, for this, for this, for this, and that's how we know that okay, this one can be an attack. This one has good nose. This one can work with arson. He can determine what type of fire or what kind of burns, what kind of accelerant was used in a fire. Or we can use him for, this dog can work at the airport. He's more passive, he's more human-like, he can smell, he can go around people.
Hold on, you mentioned something about being able to identify the incinerant that caused the house to burn down. How does he transmit this information? Does the dog go to smells and then goes to you have different options there and then he goes exactly to that?
Exactly. When training dog for doing to help assist the fire department, we don't have it here in Belize, but I'm a master instructor, so I have done all those training. What commonly has been used is that we ask the fire officials what are some of the things that they see as what would cause the fire to burn. So we use those chemicals there, and we teach a dog to find these chemicals. Now let we determine what type to assist with the fire investigation, if it was electrical, if it is for gasoline or whatever they use, whatever. We teach the dog to indicate differently on different stuff.
Okay, so this is a training process.
It's a training process. It's a training process. So we have to wait until they finish wet up the whole, finish dry, completed, and then when the investigator go in, he might pull certain stuff from the fire scene and set it out there, and then the dog will say whether something was thrown at this area, because we need there to assess with the dog.
Currently, where do you have these dogs? Not the dogs, but where are the offices or where are the canine units posted, the bases and so forth?
We're based in Belmopan.
Belmopan, that's where you have your base.
That's where we're based in Belmopan. Presently, my good friends from the U.S. Embassy have us going. Our government take care of us. How do they take care of us? They take care of our salary, our welfare, the fuel for our vehicle, the maintenance of our vehicle. We have to travel in vehicle that probably it's an SUV. We have to have the dogs cover up in AC conditioned vehicle. The purpose for that is that our Belize, is a high. We are very hot when it comes to.
Sometimes don't you think that perhaps? Don't you feel yourself threatened as part of the canine unit?
From the time we become a police officer, we know that our life is in danger.
Okay.
And we know that the drugs world is a real world. And my passion is what drives me. So I don't fear anyone who believes because I'm taking away their bread, they want to kill us because we are drug cops, because we try to find drugs. They are the one that have the problem. I don't have a problem. But if you come near us and try to think that you will take us down and so forth, you might be in for a treat. Not to say that, yes, it's too dangerous. We do have, that's why for being a canine officer, the selection process for us is very tedious. One, our integrity. Second, none. So a police officer who wants to be a canine has to have a high integrity. That means he can't switch a badge.
He can't compromise.
He can't compromise because he hurt us. Two, you must have a great attitude towards dog. Meaning that if the dog bites you, you have to leave that alone. That's not part of the job. You must have a great attitude. You cannot be a stressful police officer. You can't get stress with a lady or your man. Because we do have a female police officer that works with us too. Because we don't gender with so you can't be a stressed out man. You have to.
You always have to be at peace with yourself.
You have to be at peace with yourself. And we have the saying that canine men are good lovers. Because if we can understand animal, we can understand anyone, right? Okay. That's just a saying.
Yes, that's just a saying. Right. You have in Belmopan and then you have in Belize City?
No. What happened is...
or you move around?
We move around. We base on requests. We do request calls. If a commander...
I'm asking you this because I'm wondering the ports of entry.
And I have alluded to that. We go based on requests. I have my own mandate. My mandate is to promote the K9 unit. In a sense of telling the general public, we want you to say no to drugs because we know that it destroys, it kills, it breaks up your home.
And breaks up the users.
And breaks up the users. But our mandate is also to search anywhere, any place, anytime when a dog is being requested. If the dog is not being requested, the dog is going to come to you. So my responsibility is to search all airstrips, like all airstrips, all borders, all post office, right? And sometimes territorially we go and check tanks. We work close with customs, right? Sometimes they have a lot of containers, they have a lot of vehicles.
Post office. People are as brave as sending drugs through post.
When people want their money, they're going to send it anywhere possible. Anywhere where they can defeat the human eyes. But the canine knows if it is there, it's going to. So with the limited resources that we have, we try to spread ourselves all over. Cayo with request dog, Dangriga with our request dog, Independence, Placenza, and we have to utilize these guys. And sometimes I'm a little frustrated in the sense that we want to do more. I'm not frustrated of my work, but I want to do more. But the dog is also a tool. He's a human. So when he works like 5 days, he needs his days off too. So we go any place, anywhere, anytime. We don't see Christmas, New Year's. If we are available, and we have the dog, and we have the time and the manpower, we go down. If the school have a problem with drugs in their school, and they have probably someone peddling drugs, we bring in the dog. We so forth. I try to do a prevention program first before thinking about arresting anyone or so forth, or trying to find out what is the root cause of why these young kids would I want to take drugs to get that. And that's for the general anyone. We don't just, the K9 unit is just not about just arresting. We are not about arresting, but if you deserve it, you're going to get it. So, like I said, for the police officer, his integrity, his personality, he have to go through the police department. First, he have to be a police officer, and then he have to get assessed. He has to go on he have to do polygraph tests. That doesn't mean that when he went through all of that, doesn't mean that he has been a K9 man, because then he have to start with me first, and then I have to take him through theories, and then I have to take him through practicals. And if he doesn't pass it, he doesn't are compatible with the dog, then he cannot make it. The K9 unit is the only unit within the police department where you still have to take an exam to get in there. So it's not a when police
it's not an automatic.
It's not an automatic
thing.
The commissioner may direct.
You have to prove that you are worthy of that position,
and then they get a certification. Okay. And then because you need it for court purposes, because if you go to the court and they ask the police, the K9 officer, tell us, officer, how your dog. Is your dog certified? Can he smell cocaine? Do you certified? People with some attorneys will question these things, but
also you need a legal.
We need
something to drop back on.
So that's why I'm saying that the dog notifying Cerasay or Conchibo or the different herbs or whatever, right? So we are certified. We need to be certified every year. Every year we are certified. We don't give our dog drugs. Meaning that we don't make the dog consume drugs. It's going to be a sprung head. So it's basically a psychology training. I cannot say on here how I train the dog because I don't want to give anybody my secrets. That's
obviously. Okay. And you say you go upon request, but this would be upon request from within the police department itself.
Based on the intelligence from
the
special branch part of the police department.
That keeps you pretty busy, doesn't it?
That keeps us busy. We have. To give him my mandate for the week, sometimes I have like 15 cars out. And I have 7 dogs. Sometimes on 5 dogs I can use. And so sometimes someone will be left. I cannot touch a district.
And then within the well, I don't know if it's privileged information, but within the K9 unit, you have about how many? 15 people?
We have 7 dogs, 11 personnel.
11 personnel. Okay.
So
that pretty much keeps you busy.
So it keeps us busy. We have two operational vehicles and an admin vehicle. So at every given day, these 2 vehicles will be out for probably about 7 or 6 days a week.
What? Of course, the concept of drug trafficking is always present in our minds, and it's something that we have to give a lot of importance. But also, so is the concept of trafficking of ammunition. How is it that we end up with we hear about here in Orange Walk? We heard that there was, they found some, what is it? I wouldn't begin to know because I've never shot a gun yet in my life.
Okay.
But something like
do you want to try one?
I don't know if I'd want to.
Well, you could get that experience today if you like.
Thank you. But my point is, how do these guns come into this country? And what are we doing to try to arrest this movement of ammunition? Because, good Lord, down Main Street or in York, sometimes you see, they don't show you, but sometimes when they become careless, you see the big bulk at the back of there. And we're talking here 20, 22-year-olds.
Yes, sir.
You know, walking with all the braveness in their life because they feel that they're the man, they got gun in upon them. What are we doing with that?
First of all, my answer to that, you might say I'm a crazy policeman. We don't cover our borders properly. This is a word of Brent Hamilton. We do not cover our borders properly. It is easy to bring a firm from another country into Belize.
Oh yes, sir, and it's happening as
so. Where my mind is telling you, we're going to continue to have that problem until we probably might have the mentality of Trump, right? Bilawal, right? I must say our government and the police department, the commissioner, they really do a good job of giving firearm license, right? So it's not easy to get a firearm license. To me, it's hard because you have to go through vetting and all these type of things.
I understand the process. That
it's very tedious. So to answer your question, our borders are not strong. And that's from north to south, east to west. So it's easy to someone to go and give him a money and he brings a weapon across. No. I believe in the future that if we have, from my end, from the K9 unit, if we get a lot more resources to have dogs stationed at these borders, where containers, because I believe these things come through containers, vehicle, what you call it, stuff, barrels, where the customer are checking these things, any port of entry. I believe guns come through those areas too. Not only gun, money, because if you study our drug thing here in Belize, Belize is known as just an in transit. Hard drugs
comes in and goes out.
The cocaine doesn't really stay us here. We don't have the market for that too much. So that wants to go to Mexico, to the United States to make more money.
Can maybe take a call?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Sugar City. Morning show. Go ahead, sir.
I have a question to ask.
Certainly, go ahead, sir.
The dogs that are trained to sniff out drugs and other stuff is chemical in fire.
So
yes, but what happened to them? I mean, outside in the States, I read a paper once that some dogs become really not worthwhile to be kept because they messed up and they put them to sleep. What happened to the dogs in Belize when they become like that?
Okay. Will you hold on or we'll listen off the air, sir? We'll give you the response off the air. Thank you.
Well, my answer to him, from my training experience, whenever you have a dog that goes off sick because of too much
inhalation,
inhalation, that's for me, it's the trainer fault. Dogs are like human. That's why dogs get time off. They get days off. They get time to rejuvenate. And some dogs is what we call self-employed. Some dogs just love what they do.
And they immerse
themselves to that.
And
exactly.
And do more than what is requested of them.
Exactly. So, if he's relating to the training that I'm thinking about, back in the days I used to keep the dog and keep stuff and keep him to his nose, that you're going to drug out the dog after a while. I don't do that. I do a different technology. But he's right saying that do happen. The other question where he really wants me to answer.
What do you do with dogs when they retire them?
First of all, because we are a poor country, I believe, we don't have the luxury to to just do away with a dog. First of all, the procedures to do away with a dog is we have to look at it as the handler no wants the dog to work no more, and we got to look at all these areas why a dog should not be worked. Because we are not a rich country, we can't just hurry replace a dog. We don't have in the police department don't have a nurturing and a breeding section. In the States, they do have.
So you have to think hard before you replace
the dog. So we have to give these dogs a time off. We have to give these dogs, these dogs goes to vet on a monthly basis. These dogs well taken care of. They live in outside, they live in a cement house structure. They get a clean wash out, they get everything. The dog they get well taken care of. Groom, bathe, you name it. Top class treatment these dogs get. But when the handler realizes that the dog cannot perform, and because of age of experience, because the dog is aging, it is 7 dog life to 1 year human life. So if I have a drug dog that is 15 years or 9 years, I am planning this dog will need to be replaced as soon as possible. The dog, we will never give the dog to any member of the public to get to his answer. The dog has already built up a bond with the handler. So if it is my purview to advise the police department that if a dog is retired and he the capabilities of having maybe cataract in his eye, has maybe arthritis in his foot because of the amount of movements he have made in the years, we recommend that the dog goes back to the handler. He can take home the dog. The reason why we not give any public the dog, because they might want to be a canine officer using the dog, probably for the wrong purposes. And then a dog that has built a bonding for years with that particular handler, any home that he goes after 12 years, he will stress out, he will die, he will have mental stress because he had already done used to this life and not to go live with someone else and someone doesn't understand the makeups of him, he will get frustrated.
And to answer the caller's question, and after you have passed on this dog to the new owner per se, along with it goes the responsibility, all the responsibilities associated with it.
Exactly.
So if the dog dies, well, it's in the handler's responsibility then to have to do whatever he has to.
What the person didn't know that when a dog dies in the police department, it's almost like a funeral for us. So the dogs, we like to keep our dog very...
Is there any conditions placed on the handler? Because obviously, if he's a crooked little sucker, he might easily want to say, I want, I'll take the dog, and then 3-4 months afterwards, maybe it was a transient process that the dog was going through, and oops, he comes back or whatever, and then he tries to utilize the dog for some other reason, for some other thing. So in other words, you put conditions on that handler.
We have structures in place, conditions, same thing. And a handler cannot really trick me because I am the master, and so my job is to make sure that every day when myself and another instructor that I have in the canine school, we do what we call review and assessment. And so if I go outside and see one of my handler fooling around or he's doing something contrary to what he's not be doing, he'll be put in check on the spot. So they can't trick me because every time I go and what we do refreshers. What is hot and what is not. So a handler cannot come to me and say, boss, my dog not work good because we do the test. And there's a test for him and there's a test for the dog. So we will know that something is wrong. And if any handler within the police department playing games, his last days will be there. So the commissioner have given me the power that if I think that a handler is not cutting it or become on the next side or trying to do something to the dog, as a matter of fact, if any handler that I have inside the canine unit willfully, unlawfully, just lose the dog off leash and let the dog run and a vehicle try to knock down the dog, he's done. Because we have 10 commandments of what you should not do with a dog.
Thou shalt not let go of the leash, right? Being one.
And what people didn't know, the canine unit is not only about, like I said, working with a drug dog or firearm dog or so forth, but is also an activist for animal rights. Because what people didn't know that in the law, in the criminal code, in the petty offense, there's an act for animal, cruelty to dumb animals. So if someone ill-treat, if someone don't feed the dog less than 2 days, someone can be charged. If I pass out there and a guy take a stick and he's lashing the dog with a bat, I can charge him. I can charge him. If a guy has a
good lad, you're full of the jail.
Right? If the guy have 2 dogs, like people, I know people probably doing it here in Orange, have their pit bull and having them fighting. They have a charge for that. You should not, that should be happening. So what people in Orange or any part of this country who is listening to this, if you see any abandonment, any ill treatment to any animal, you can go any cruelty to any animal, you can go and report it to the police station. And if the police don't tell you he doesn't know about it, tell him, call me, 600-8301, because it's in the law. Every police officer is trained that they know that if there's a report, anyone can make a report. If someone left their dog for 5 days and went to Chatamal, or went to, that person could get charged. It's a small fine. Right now, I'm a part of the Humane Society in Belize City, and we are thinking about proposing a heavier fines with these people who are just having these dogs, just leaving them on the street, leave them to let them fend for themselves. We are looking at protocols. When you have a dog, what is the protocol that you have in place? Like some people, the normal culture in Belize is just tie him to a post, leave him there, right? We don't love our pets. What we have cats, and we have our cats go to our neighbor cats, and then we have a lot of cats all over the place. So we are looking at some of these things, how we can improve our care and treatment for animals.
I understand. Okay, it's exactly 4 minutes after 8. I do believe that at this point we can take a short break, and we'll be right back with you after these commercial messages. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Buster. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Assertive, balanced, and charismatic. From economist, head of department, and trade union leader to city leader, Zenaida Moya now leads discussions on national issues geared toward the economic prosperity of Belize. Tune in to Norte Vision every Wednesday at 8 p.m. for diverse, empowering, and informative discussions on the Zenaida Moya Show.
Hey smart customers, it's now time to make the switch to Digicel and join the country's bigger, better network. Starting March 1st, come trade in your outdated smartphone and get a coupon of $80 or up to $300 to put towards the purchase of a brand new Digicel phone. Your monthly spend to BTL or Digicel numbers determines the value of your coupon. Get the Hyundai E435 for only $69, the Samsung J1 Mini Prime for as low as $199, and the Samsung J5 for as low as $189 cash. And that's not all. You will get a free USIM, plus a whole month of free talk and text, and 1 GB data. All smart customers, log on to digicel.bz/switch to find out what you qualify for. Hurry over to any BTL office countrywide and join the only team that gives you more. Do the smart thing. Make the switch to Digicel.
The Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital has always been there for me and my family. When my son broke his foot, the KHMH was there. When Mom had the heart attack, the KHMH was there. When Uncle Charlie was caught in the car accident, the KHMH was there. And when I was ready for the latest addition to my family, the KHMH was there for me. I am grateful for the services of the KHMH because without them, everyone in my family would not be here today to celebrate with me. I pay my fees at KHMH because it ensures that their services will be there for me and my family whenever we need them.
Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital. We take care of you.
Attention Belizean suppliers. Find out what products are in demand in CARICOM, a region with great potential. Take advantage of this exciting export opportunity to expand your sales within CARICOM. Log on to BelizeInvest.org.bz/exportbelize to learn more. Brought to you by Beltrade and the Ministry of Economic Development, Petroleum, Investment, Trade and Commerce.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not do it in your own country? Sun, fun, and relaxation are just a short distance away. Have a taste of barefoot living, or enjoy the sounds and taste of an authentic Garifuna village. Allow yourself to be swept away by Southern hospitality and living. Escape the hectic world and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
La doctora Leslie Pérez se complace en anunciar a sus fieles pacientes y amistades de su nuevo lugar, desde donde se ofrece ahora sus servicios de obstetricia y ginecología, contando con la experiencia acumulada por más de 20 años, trabajando en el área de atención a las enfermedades de mujeres. La doctora Leslie Pérez, anteriormente doctora Leslie Méndez, le da gran gusto ahora anunciar la apertura de su propia clínica de ginecología y maternidad, desde donde se ofrece en un ambiente privado atención integral a la mujer durante la época de sus embarazos y el cuidado y prevención de enfermedades y condiciones tales como cáncer del útero, ovarios y mama, problemas relacionados con la fertilidad y con la sexualidad, el manejo de la menopausia, como también problemas de desarrollo y adolescencia. También se ofrece el servicio de Pap smear y ultrasonidos de los órganos reproductivos de la mujer. Sus horas de trabajo son lunes a viernes, desde las 8 por la mañana hasta las 5 por la tarde. Sábados se ofrecen servicio únicamente por la mañana, desde las 8 a las 12 p.m. Pero recuerden que se ofrece servicio de emergencia las 24 horas del día. Visítenla con la confianza de siempre en número 9 Bougainville Street, Bayside Layout Area, Orange Rock Town. Teléfono 608-0756.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros. This morning, we have the privilege of saying we have two distinguished gentlemen. One first, Mr. Brent, who is the commander in charge of the K9 unit, and now we're joined by Mr. Claire, who is one of the handlers. Let me just take this call quickly. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning. Okay, it was off the air. Okay. We have undoubtedly seen a lot of those movies, and obviously we watch a lot of television where we are impressed and amused by all of the feats that these dogs can do. And it requires a special training and, important enough, special handlers to be able to handle the dog and to train the dog to do exactly what it is supposed to do. That's exactly the job of Mr. Claire. And it's a good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Orange Walk.
Your job must be one of the most interesting jobs because you have to go on reading body languages of the dog and trying to read the instinct within them but important enough to we have to be very perceptive of how that dog is reacting to all of these things. Is it fun for you?
Very, very fun, sir. First of all, I want to say morning again. It's a privilege being on this talk show alongside my OC to share to the people at Orange Rock and whoever is viewing this show at this time. Presently, I have 10 years in being a police officer, and I have presently 6 or 7 years as a K9 handler. This wasn't a profession I chose or wanted to be while being a police officer. I wanted to be an investigator, a part of the CIB, you know. But they said destiny choose you. It choose you not choose destiny, destiny choose you. You know, and I was privileged to pass out from the Trading Academy in 15th of December on my birthday. I get posted at Hattieville, and 2 months working there, I was privileged to get another transfer to the then anti-drug unit, which was known as ADU. And that is where I met Mr. Brent. He was corporal at the time, and I get to see him working dog, and I get to see the love and the joy of working with him and seeing, you know, the passion about
it impressed you?
Of course it impressed me. And at the time I was working as ADU, but it was a joint unit with the ADU and K9. With one commander, but slash K9. So at the time he had a handler named Diaz, Henry Diaz. Yes. Henry Diaz. And about a year being there, Henry decided to retire, and I walked up to Mr. Brent and I said, boss, you know what? I really want to get a try at this thing. I want a shot at it. And he said, well, okay, we're trying. I went through all the selection tests. I did a theory and practical.
And I gather from Inspector Hamilton is that you have to actually go through a test.
Yeah.
To be able to to go into that.
So I went through that. I did very well. You know, I went into the K9 and he taught me. I spent I think about a year and a half while being with him in Belize City, because at that time we were based in Belize City. It had a base in Belmopan, which we have now, but we had a little base in Belize City. So thereafter, the embassy sent a memo requesting that they had training in Guatemala to go to school for handlers and instructor. So I went on the handler course, and that is where I get another knowledge about learning about dog in details.
Okay.
You understand?
So all of that handling and knowledge and all of this experience you have gathered over the years has permitted you to have a lot of confidence in the dog, and the dog in you as well. So much so that you have done a little demo and a demonstration out here in the yard, which we would like to share with you. I would like to invite Mr. Claire to walk us through exactly that process so we can begin to, we understand what is the process. So can Raheem or Maurice indicate to me, please?
So the game that what you saw there is a game for the dog. It's a game. For us, it's serious business, but it's a game. It is using the toy as a reward system. When he smells the drugs, he gets the reward.
Has he ever failed?
Well, I always believe that the dogs, like human beings, just like us, we are not perfect. We are short of the glory of God. Dogs, same thing. And as an instructor, I will not be an idiot here. I don't say that the dog do not miss. The dog do miss. And there are probably causes sometimes that cause the dog. Probably it could be the handler mistake. Probably it could be maybe the structure, the terrain, the temperature. Whenever, there's certain things. But from to give you a scale from 9 to 10, it will be 1 or 2 times.
95%, which gives you something, which gives you what is called bragging rights.
Bragging rights.
In other words, hey, we did this,
I always tell my handlers when I was at the airport, they had a lady that passed me 3 times. 3 times, this is in the early 90s, and she was taking cocaine to the United States. Wow. Right?
Brave.
Passed me 3 times. I had the dog right there, passed me 3 times. And one day the dog just decided to sit on her. But how did I know this? It's because she said, I passed you 3 times before I catch her. So sometimes we go, so we get it, we not get it, we go. Drugs make every day, Mr. Martinez. Drugs make every day. So when we take off of the street, or we take Sunday now, this is a small quantity. He make every day. As I speak, they make a right now. Right? And we know these things. And so I could sit here and brag and say, you know what, we score over maybe 90,000 or 100,000 cannabis for the year. So much ammunition. We have put maybe 25 or 30 people in jail because of these fines. We have prevent maybe $1 million. We prevent $1 million because once we move in as vehicle and we take out the dog, someone's not going to come again. They don't know what, if we are targeting them, they don't know where we're going to be. So we stop a lot of money. So I believe we have a lot of money we want to kill with because we stop a lot of money. Such is life, that's our field. The canine need to put value for money. If I have a canine unit and we are not finding anything, then what is the purpose of having a canine? So we don't play. Every month, the commissioner gets our achievement. And every month, there's an officer of the month. Mr. Clare, who is beside you right here, he was an officer of the month in December.
Congratulations.
He had the most fine. And so we motivate. When he gets motivated, the dog gets motivated. They get a certificate, they get a little day off or a little money donation, and they get to be part of a big ceremony. Right? Yeah. So our thing is to motivate, to equip, and to remain focused. Motivate, equip, and to remain focused. And like I said to you earlier, Mr. Clare have to be a happy man. If he don't have love, he cannot work at the canine, right?
Mr. Clare, what are some of the biggest challenges you face when dealing with a dog?
The biggest challenges? The biggest challenge I have with my dog and being at canine is competitiveness amongst other handlers.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a little rivalry.
We have rivalry amongst each other that every day we go out, we want to be the one to find the most.
Sure, my dog be kind of your yeah. You know, bring in more. You want it.
Yeah. So that's the biggest challenge because our units are very small, but it's very loving being there and going out every day. Like I said, we want to be the one that will come back and serve, be the one, boy, you know what you get. I done this.
Doesn't that in itself sometimes inspire you or challenge you to do more?
It inspires me to get up every morning and go to work.
And so don't get stuck on the negativity of it, but rather let yourselves be inspired and challenged.
And you see, Mr. Martinez, if you listen to Mr. Clare, he has his own passion. I told him my passion is because I don't want drugs to reach in a kid's hand. They don't know. I felt it. I could always remember I went to such a school. I will not say which school in Belize. And I was doing a demo. I went to do a demo at the school. And while doing the demo, these were infant 2 kids. I was doing a demo. It's hard to do a demo for kids because they don't really understand. They just want to see the dog. So we have to carry on our lecturing level to them. Sometimes we go to UB, we have to carry up our level. If we do a general public, then we make a general. As a matter of fact, Pine Ridge, Chan Pine Ridge will be there for this weekend to do a Canine demo.
Okay.
Right? So I hope I'm not PM, but we're going to be there. And looking at the little boy, I was telling him, okay, this is Canine Dix. He's doing this, and if the dog smell the drugs, the dog going to sit down at you, and this little boy stare at me, look at me, stare at me, look at me, stare at me. When I said, why you stare at me, for? You know, like the dog? He said, no, sir, you stare at me, he's like big, he's only like about 8 or 7 years old or something like that. And I just did like a similar pat down from a little Winston, and I like, what? You smoke? And like I make phone on it, and when I opened it was 2 sticks of weed.
Wow,
I cry. I couldn't say anything else to that class. The teacher looked at me and he saw me, tears from my eyes.
He wasn't the user, but he was being utilized as a pusher.
I give you the story of that. His parents was a peddler. His parents was peddler. They were peddling drugs, and he saw his father. Every time putting these things in the cigarette and they sell it. They sell it in cigarette. So to divert from the police that this man is actually just selling cigarette, he's not selling, but it's not cigarette, it's weed inside the cigarette. So he either one and then he just put it in the pocket and carry to school. Well, I will not tell the general public because I cry, and that is my passion because I don't want drugs to reach innocent kids' hand. I went to that house and it was another story. Today these people are Christians. right? I convert them to great physical.
That's a big bragging right.
That's a big bragging right. So we have touched a lot of people's life. We have saved a lot of people's life when we go to schools, when we do public demonstration. We have put out a lot of information out there. And it's not only the K9 unit doing this work, it's the community policing aspect of the arm of the police department. We are community-oriented K9 cops. So just because we work that, we don't mean that if someone run out there with a gun or someone is beating someone, we wouldn't stop and we don't run aid. We are police officers. That's what we have a specialized field. So we will not aid. We'll help in the investigation. We have to go to court, right? We have to go testify in court, right? And we do whatever we do once demanded by the police department. So we are under the same chapter, underneath the same chapter.
No, I would imagine that only a portion of the unit is here in Orange Oak. The other portion remains on call, I would imagine.
No, what happened is that today, this was a request made by you. But when we come here, we're not going to waste just coming here. We're going to go somewhere else.
Okay.
Right? So we're not preempt where we're going to go.
Obviously.
Right? But we, when we come on the side, we try to do as much as we can. Because, like I said, we don't go witch hunt. Most of our success, and I must say this, I will not, it is a 50-50 that sometimes if the intelligence is accurate and they know that the drug was there and the drug is still there, the dog is going to find it. So we rely on intelligence. We are an intelligence-driven K9 unit. Besides intelligence, if we don't have it, then we try to go out and go to these places that we talked earlier, like the airport, the post office, because these are boxes moving 24/7, containers moving 24/7. So when Mr. Clare was alerting to you earlier that they break each other, I try to be the referee sometimes because a team might go on an operation where the informant or the intelligence were not probably accurate, or what I need to say, maybe the drugs had already moved and when it was not there again, the dog just give a little indication that something was there but it was not there, and maybe when the next team gone, the drugs was there and he felt, so sometimes it's luck. Sometimes it's luck. Sometimes places they go, they never think that they want to find drugs. Sometimes when these guys are going to areas, let's say to abandoned properties, we do a lot of abandoned property search. This is where the people they stash their stuff most of the time. I'm not ashamed to say. They're not going to keep it at the house all the time. They want to keep it because they know the penalties and
I understand perfectly.
Yeah, right? And so sometimes we go out and we score big. We go out and score big. We don't, it's not, sometimes you, on the news you might see, Orange Rock Police this, Corozal, or Southside team, or Northside team, or Independence Police. You might not see the K9 being mentioned there because there's a certain reason why, right? But we have to market ourselves because we have to know, people know that we are out there.
Plans for the future?
I would like to see that we upgrade to more dogs and to have a K9 unit in every district, and to have K9s at the borders, and to have more exchange program and international training, to upgrade our status as to where we are, and to find a avenue as to keep it going, as to keep it fresh and vibrant and going.
Is breeding such a complicated and sophisticated process that you're...
I don't really think so. I think that from the commander, that is an area that I need to look at the department and to create proposal and the way forward as to how to have another area where we breed the dogs, because it is costly.
I know.
I'll give you it. We use a sack of dog food, like a sack.
Every 2.5 days.
In the 2.5 days would fit to 7 dogs.
That's exactly my point.
Just a basic part. And we're not talking about water, clean, and whatever other things that you need to keep the dog.
But obviously the salary is employed in cleaning the place and all of these.
And all the salary. So there's a factor. So when you have more dogs, there are more people, there are more vehicles, there's more fuel. And I have to start identifying to the police department as to when we are making these fines, where these monies are going, if they're going back to the K9 unit. If we get someone let's say with a kilo of cocaine, and that person is being convicted, maybe 20,000.
Maybe a portion of that.
Maybe the portion goes into the, I think it's top 2 or something. They say that it goes. So myself and the wonderful leaders that I have, I believe we can sit down and look at how we can see where these monies goes and so forth. But I would like to continue the way forward to have the hand of the U.S. Embassy to continue support. I cannot leave and say that they are one of our biggest donor. I would like to see these handlers have the opportunity. All of them have their own vehicles. They can take home the dogs. They can build more bond and not just leaving the dogs at the kennels and they go home and come back. Like Mr. Clare lives in Orange Rock, right? So he found love here, right? He have to sometimes go home back and forth. Sometimes he got to stay over. I want them to be more comfortable. In the canine world in America, these guys go home with these dogs. They have their own kennels. They have their own area, so that if something happens, I can say, you know what, hey, Claire, so on, and we can save resources, we can save fuel, we can whatever to let them come out. So I would like to see we expand greatly, and I know Rome did that building one day. So even if we do it by regions, and then we do it so forth and so forth. So that's the way forward.
Thank you very much, Inspector. I think that at this point, we have pretty much touched on all the topics. Anything else you'd like to add, Detective? Well, I'd like to congratulate you both on a job well done. Many people have tried training dogs at home, and believe me, some are more stubborn than others, some are more receptive than others, but it's not an entirely easy job, I will tell you this much. Some dogs that just watch you and say, to hell with you, you know, and they just go back and For you to be able to handle a dog is a commendable job, you know, for you to motivate him and to really instruct him, you know, go, go. And for him to be able to identify then what you want him to find speaks well for the dog, but as well as for the training process, because like I said, without the training, the dog is nothing, you know. Yeah. It's just a regular dog. It's just a regular dog. So I want to congratulate you guys, and we'll take a short break, guys, and we'll be right back with you, and then we're going to close off with the last segment. But we'll be right back with you.
Dano, drink it every day. Dano milk for the family.
La Semana Santa se acerca, no tiene dinero. Leche Dano te pone dinero en tu mano con su grandísima rifa 2017. Leche Dano busca ganadores, tú puedes ser uno de ellos. Ven, únete hoy a la gran rifa. Habrá premios fabulosos y fáciles de ganar con Leche Dano. Premios de 250, 500 y hasta $1000. También 6 premios de consuelo. Compra hoy tu Leche Dano y participa. Encuentra Leche Dano en tu supermercado favorito en todo Belice e instantáneamente recibirás un boleto para entrar a la gran rifa de Semana Santa de Leche Dano. El sorteo se llevará a cabo en vivo a través del canal BBN Belize Broadcasting Network el domingo de Ramos, el 9 de abril de 2017. Leche Dano, distribuida por St. Anthony Trading Company. Teléfono 224-4514. Leche Dano, cremosa, instantánea, saludable, lo mejor para ti.
We want Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. I love Dano milk.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Being like the rest was never an option. After investing $40 million, we now bring to you the most advanced network in Central America and the Caribbean. Our mission has always been to not only be the best in Belize, but the leader in the region. Being good enough is not enough. We want to be the best. Introducing Digicel's new 4G LTE Advanced Network, the fastest data network in Belize, the only network of its kind in Central America and the Caribbean. On this new network, Digifans know they get the best data speed, the best call quality, and the best texting experience. Take our word for it, or try us again for the first time.
Tienes 8 cilindros. Eres adrenalina disfrazada de aleación de aluminio a 8000 revoluciones por minuto.
Así como así. ¿Será el cigüeñal?
Una limpieza de inyectores y un cambio de aceite. Vas a correr con libertad, campeón.
Los que entendemos al motor como si tuviera voz, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Ahora distribuido por German Vega & Sons. Búsquelo en su tienda favorita.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show when it's exactly 21 minutes before 9 o'clock. I think we have been privileged. For the first time, myself, I actually saw the performance of a canine dog. Obviously, we've been to all of these shows, National Trade, the agricultural show, but perhaps I was not moved by it. I was into something else. But today I was privileged to be able to see what these dogs can do with the training. Okay, and it's the police's the canine unit's answer to try to address the problems, certain problems that we have, and especially talking about the drug proliferation, drug trafficking, drug movement, and also the movement of ammunition and other items. So it would seem to me that we are on a right track to try to deal with these problems. We spoke about the bragging rights. We spoke about all of the training that is necessary. Okay. In the past, has there been a negligence with some officers that they have, ill-treated the dog and so forth?
Well, not in my time. We do have police officers who, after a while, I can only recall 2 police officers who wanted a different career. They want to do something else. They got bored and they moved on.
But then inspired by the job any longer.
They maybe it didn't cut out for them after a little while, and so they asked to move on. sometimes promotion, when you get promoted within the police department, sometimes promotion can take you another area. And some people, when they get promoted, they don't want to do dog anymore. They move on, they go to different section within the police department. So for say to have if in my lifetime, if I ever had a corrupted cop while working in Kenya, or had any great corruption, anything and so forth, I have not met that. I have probably been the only police Kenyan officer or myself who have probably trained over 300 people so far. And on my belt, I have trained over 300 people and over about 700 dogs.
So people ask you to help train their dogs at home and so forth, not for anything as
spare time,
particular as...
In spare time, if they have spare time, we can... I tell landlords if they want to help out somebody, just basic obedience, they can do that. I want to believe the police department is the only entity should be the only one be having drug dogs. In the sense that I can say the prison can have drug dog, the airport can have a drug dog, no problem. But it must be a control mechanism from the police department, because if you don't have that, you will have one of these days something's going to happen, and the blame game will stuck somewhere. So we are not I'm not selfish to say that we don't try to assist. If they ask your assistance and they are doing it, they are helping us, especially how we can't be everywhere because of our minimal resources. Right?
A little while ago, I asked you about the plans for the future, and I think that you pretty much answered what I wanted. I pretty much heard what I wanted to hear, was an expansion of the system, especially when it comes to the ports of entry, the airports and so forth. Yes, whenever you go to travel to other countries, you see these handlers with the dogs.
Yes, sir.
On the, maybe they're coming to or going, or they're coming from or going to an assignment. I don't know, or maybe it's just their job to be patrolling. I don't know.
Well, right now the Kenyan unit is what we call a proactive. We are proactive Kenyan cops, meaning that we based on intelligence we move. When there's nothing to do, then I have my own forecast and I tell them to go at this location.
Okay.
So we are proactive. We go based on after.
You just can't sit down and wait for the phone.
Yes, we can't wait for we can't wait for something drop on the rooftop of the Kenyan building. To say, we have to go out and get it. We have, like I said, we have our donors and they want to value when they are spending the money. They need to report back to their people that they are donating so much money to the KNM program.
And because of that initiative that you take, a lot of things have come through, obviously.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. This writer is helping me.
Okay.
Right. This writer is helping me. So it's a tedious and stressful job, I must say, but most days we are happy.
But you seem fulfilled and to be enjoying what you're doing.
Well, as a leader, I cannot go to work feeling down and distressed, and I don't want to drug that. I always tell my guys that when we reach at the gate, we left our ego at the gate, our personalities at the gate. When Mr. Clare pick up that dog, he must hold a dog with all positive attitude. If he is stressed and he picks up the dog, he's not going to find drugs. That's one of the some of the signs. One of the reasons why we couldn't. So he have to always have what we call active energy in all ways. One of the other way you were asking me earlier, one of the other way future, what I want to do, and I am looking at sometime between the end of this year to have these guys have body cam on them. Body camera. Okay. And the reason for the body cam is that we want to mount cameras on the dogs. On the harness, there's a harness that goes over the dog body, and there's a little camera that can goes out. This is going to be used basically for the dog that does tracking, that can find missing persons, and then that camera we're going to hit up to like a tablet or something, like a little network, and we can see where the dog.
Okay, now you just opened perhaps something that perhaps I had missed, and that is looking for missing persons.
Looking for missing persons.
Is that possible? Do you have dogs personally trained and believe that can do that?
Actually, for the 2 reports that we have gotten last year, we are up to 0. We have 1. Why I say that? there was a report, remember, in Benke, where a journalist in a resort had went missing. The dog was called out to try to see if we could have found this person. The dog, when the dog reached the location, the dog have indicated on some personal belongings of the person, and the handler could have able to tell that the person is in the water by the dog tracking ability. Then about a couple months later in the year, they had a student in Tiger Bay on mile 36 in Western Highway, George Price Highway, and went missing in a resort. It was in the night. We were called by other officials. We went out there in the darkness. The canine guy went out there in the canine darkness, and based on our interview to the person out there, we based how we were going to search. Now remember, this is at night, right? And so forth. We went there, and these guys could have called me in like 10, 15 minutes and said they have located the young man's slippers, and the dog indicated on the bank, the edge of the river or something like that, and that tell us that the handler could have said that person is drunk. They found the person after a little while. So we're up 2-0 with that one. Now, to let you understand why I want the camera, why I want to mount the camera on the dogs, it will be able to let the handler sometimes go back to see where they made the mistake, or where is the person, or what the dog is seeing. We want to see what the dog is. We want to see where the dog is smelling, and we want to see it. So it helps us with training. It helps us to maybe identify the illegal items out there. Furthermore, the camera is also a protection for the police officer, in the sense that if he have to act against a bad-mannered person, he will protect himself by him using his firearm or whatever he used to defend himself, and he can say, you know what, he didn't act out of this way, or the dog didn't choose to bite Mr. Martinez because the officer willfully used the dog to bite the person. The cameras basically also will help the guy that operates the bomb explosive dog. As I told you, I have explosive dog, I have drug dog, I have firearm dog, and I have missing person dog. When we get calls out, they have these mini these prop calls, and if the bomb officer goes in, that dog that goes into that building have to be very well trained. You cannot scratch, knock down anything because it's going to cause explosion.
Possibly cause an explosion.
So if we mount a camera on that dog, it's a sad thing, because if anybody to be blown up is the dog, not the handler. Right? And if any handler you tell that, they cry, because that's their body, right? And so the third party of the team, they're looking at the camera and see where the dog is going, looking for that explosive. And while that dog is smelling for the explosive, we might see a wire or something, that a wire or detonator, or there's a clock, right? And before the dog hit it, we can see it. And that person can tell that handler, stand long. There's a wire, there's a booby trap. That if the dog goes and pull on a wire that he cannot see, because dog sees in black and white, don't see in color.
And the button would be in red.
But yes, sir. Yes, sir. That I can tell that, we can say, you know what, hey, Mr. Clare, stand down. There's a little wire that's set between the door and a pipe. The dog is almost going there. The camera have shown it. We can move the dog. If there's an abandoned house and we believe someone died, and someone says, my father went missing, we can see the body on the ground before the dog reach. We can get the dog out. Maybe the body is decomposed already.
I understand.
You see where my level, you see where I'm going? So we are almost there to be at the level of the K9 unit where international is.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. At this point, when it's exactly 8:51, you're going to ask Mr. Clare your final thoughts on it, on the whole thing, your experience throughout, and then we'll close off with Mr. Clare's final, Inspector Hamilton's final words. Officer? Your experience overall. How, you know? Your final words.
What is it like to be there?
My experience being a canine officer is joyful, man. It's wonderful being a part of something so nice, you know, for understand and for know really how dogs work, you know, for bond closely with your dog, you know. It teaches you a lot, you know, and as a law enforcement officer, it makes you feel great knowing that you also take drugs off of the street, you know. So my experience in a canine is wonderful for the amount of time for the amount of years that I've been there. I can't say that I have any bad experience being a canine officer or I ever been bit before. No, I have learned good experience. Like I said, I've been to Guatemala to train, you know. I've had very good experience over there. I learn about dogs. You know, I come back, I help some of the handlers here in Belize that haven't went on overseas course already, or who have got the level of experience that I've acquired over the years, you know. So I have a great experience, and I've been around just like Mr. Brent Hamilton, you know. And we tend to, even though he's a master instructor, we sit down sometimes and we talk about, because we've been in it much longer than others, other canine handlers that are there.
Mr. Hamilton alluded to the fact a little while ago that, you know, and I hope I'm not spilling my mouth here, but you'll be doing some sort of demonstration to Champion Ridge. Right?
Yeah, we will be in Champion Ridge. That is Sunday.
Yeah, that is Sunday. Okay.
But we'll
so
be
that you'll be doing a display there.
Yeah, we will be doing a display there.
Okay. So guys, if you found this quite interesting and you'd like to be there personally to view how well trained these dogs are and how disciplined the trainers are, because that's important. You know, this is an open invitation to be in Champion Ridge this weekend, because the Canine Division will be there doing a display. Inspector Hamilton, your final words. Not as a final, but like you know, but you know, like closing words.
Well, Mr. Martinez, I want to say thank you for having us here.
It's our pleasure. Yes.
And part of our canine mandate is to promote say no to drugs. So when we come out here, we are doing prevention. We are telling people that we have these capabilities. If someone go missing or whatever, they have a problem in the yard, they believe someone threw drugs, and they could always call the police in the nearest district. They can call.
Or if they say one got bring the stick out or so forth in somebody's yard.
Yeah, you know, they can call us if they believe something is wrong. They just have to go through the formation commanders wherever they are.
Can anybody call you direct, or do they have to go through the process?
They could call me direct, and I can assist in see how we can assist. We are one police department. We're not hiding anything from anyone. If there's someone need distress and they are not getting the help or something, we can call. I can probably lend the resources to someone who can help faster. My number is 600-8301. So I put that out there because that's my phone number. I like to say it, to have the continuous support of my colleagues in all over the district, in whether if it is special branch officers in all districts. Thank you for your continuous support. Continue to call us, our operational team in all the districts. We work close to them. Thank you for their support. We support each other. I know sometimes we cannot reach out to some of their assistants all the time, but we try our best to help. I'd like to say big thank you to the Commissioner of Police to continue supporting us, our Minister of National Security, Mr. Sally Errington, the Senior Minister, and of course the Junior Minister, who was once my boss, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Aragon. He's always motivated, and when he meet me, he always, why Mr. Hamilton, how they going with that dog. So the other branches are the senior officers within the police department. They always want to the best assist. They have patience. They understand when I can't give them a dog, so I want to give them kudos. Last but not least, the men who is with me, all my police officers, Mr. Clare, Mr. Kano, Mr. Corporal Matut, Mr. KSA, Mrs. Jones, our two fantastic BDF police officers who are part of us. They are with us too. Mr. Escobar, Mr. Tush, the members of the police department, and the dogs. If I wish one of these days they could talk back to me, right? And of course, my family, who is always supporting these killing officers, the family, they know that we don't know if we're going to come back one of these days, but God don't give us more we can bear. And of course, the man above, God, He knows when He's going to take us.
Yes, maybe take this call, please. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
The live on the show?
Yes, you are. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Hello.
Good morning.
Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, what we're talking about that I want to know, I remember the custom. Would they just have to beat up the person, or could just take away the item from the person?
Sir,
you can answer that.
You can answer that, okay.
Well, first of all, sir, no public officer, whether they're a policeman, custom, immigration, or any general member of the public should not beat up anybody, right? Unlawfully, should not, right? When it comes to the custom, I'm not a custom expert, but I can say if the custom is doing their job, they must do it with due diligence and the proper process. If you are talking about uncontrolled custom goods, then I believe the process for them is to take you in and to lay a charge. But if you are, I believe if you are obstructing or you are doing something and they have to defend themselves, then there's still a process and a proper protocol they should take before doing anything malicious. But there are always three sides to a story, right?
Yes, your side, my side, and the truth is someplace in between.
Yeah. He gone?
Yes,
yeah, okay.
He listened off there. Okay, yeah. I want to, at this point, congratulate you guys again, and thank you for your presence here. And like I said, my exposure to this kind of thing has been very, very limited. Perhaps we have another call. Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning.
You cut my call. You never make a sense to my comment.
Oh, I thought you were listening off the air, sir.
Oh, all right.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. We're still waiting, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I was saying that the custom just take a thing for the person and still beat up the person.
Inspector Hamilton has pretty much answered your concern, sir.
Yeah, but I still want him to speak to me because I don't finish.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. And then the next thing I say that then take the things and they carry it to the house, they not carry it to the office.
Oh, yeah.
They carry it to the office personal. They not carry it to the office, they carry it to the house. You have Michael. Michael is the main one.
Sir.
I think he carry the amount of beer up in house and
Sir, we will not permit allegations on, those things are
I know,
you need to have evidence,
Why don't they break the law that way?
Okay,
thank you, sir. Thank you.
I can say to you, sir, if you have been, well, let's talk about the beat up part. If you have been abused or you feel like your rights has been violated, there's a process, like I have said earlier. You can go down to the police station and give a statement of to that process that happened to you as to the assault against you. When it comes to what we might say the corruption part or the moving away of the custom uncontrolled goods, there's an office in Belize City that you can go and make a formal report against these persons. And if you think that you were wrongfully treated of having these uncontrolled custom goods, then there's a process. They have their system in place, and you can go and lodge a report. You also have the AMBO's office, and you also have tips. You can give your information to tips, right? And someone could address your concern. Please, sir, I am asking you as a public officer here, a police officer, that I know that life rough and things hard, and I know everybody fight for get their livelihood. Just please be reminded that there's a process when dealing with these goods, and I'm just educating you that I'm not saying that you did that, but I want you to know that there's a process of getting goods into our country.
Thanks again. We do understand and can empathize with the caller. I want you to understand that you know, there are allegations, and there have been allegations in the past about many different members of within the Customs Department, as well as in the Immigration Department, as well as many other departments in government. Okay. It's a completely different story, however, when you call people's names and expect us to elaborate on these allegations. The information you might be calling may be true. I'm not telling you that it is, I'm telling you that it's not. It may be true. But we are, in essence, limited to elaborating, because obviously you are calling, but we cannot elaborate because we don't know it as a fact. So please understand that. Please understand that there is a certain legal issues involved in this thing. Sirs, thank you very much. And it's exactly 4 minutes after 9. I would like to thank the production team, Morris and Rahim, who are behind the controls. I'd like to thank you again for being here with us.
No problem, sir.
And to you, the audience, I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to tell you that we'll be back tomorrow at the same hour, at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow we have another invited guest. We'll be talking medicine tomorrow. Wow. And I'd like to invite you. And again, Monday is going to be a holiday. The 6th of March, in lieu, obviously, of the 9th of March, we'd have traditionally a holiday, celebrating the Baron Bliss. But on Monday, so it's going to be a long weekend. Take care of yourselves. Reminding you that the Champagnat Fiesta is going on the 4th, 5th, and the 4th and the 5th. And if you'd like to see personally or speak to these fine gentlemen here, you're welcome to go to Champagnat show and to view these, to speak to these people and to view the performances right there on the spot.
They also have the La Ramuta.
Yes, the La Ruta Maya.
So you have places to go.
You have places to go. But above all, be safe. I'd like to say, hasta luego, compañeros. Muchas gracias por la sintonía. Nos vemos mañana a la misma hora, viernes ya, a las 7 de la mañana, cuando tendremos también otro invitado. Y, como siempre, se cuidan mucho. Mi nombre es Emanuel. Hasta luego. Nos vemos.